Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Bench to Bold. I'm Marnie,
And I'm Alisa.
and
We're so happy to
yeah,
be here today.
of
Yes, we have a
course,
special guest, Charlotte. We actually have someone in the studio today, so we're so excited.
Well,
I
I'm
know. Like,
so
I just feel like I love having guests in
Yeah,
person because
I
you
know, it just makes it so much more fun and
it
interesting and
does.
like so much more natural,
Yeah, it's more
right?
natural than having someone
Yeah.
come in through Riverside as we've done earlier today.
Well, I think
So
either way is fabulous. So, yeah.
So anyway, we have Renata here with us today, and we are so excited that Renata's here. And she has a fabulous boutique here in Charlotte,
Thank you.
and we want you to just tell us all about how that become about, and just all about you, and all the things that people here in
Well,
Charlotte
I
love.
think that that's a very interesting question overall, but I think what we should focus on are like the best of the best,
Okay,
right? Because
absolutely.
I think that all of us entrepreneurs, we go through a lot and ups and downs. And so my start, right? So I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. I worked for this incredible fashion mecca from South America for so many years. And I was so lucky. I was very, very young. So that's why I tell everyone, like, don't let go of your dreams. Like, keep your dreams going. So I was
Mhm.
very young. And I was so lucky to the owner. She absolutely adored me. So I started when I was 21 in sales. And then eventually I went into managing marketing, PR. We did all the showrooms in Paris, which were absolutely so glamorous. And we did, um, Plaza Athénée, and it was so fabulous. So um, moving to Charlotte was a challenge for me.
Mhm.
We moved here for my husband's job, and that was a big challenge because I had to reinvent myself, which I think us women we reinvent ourselves every day,
yeah. I
right?
mean, often I think we try to take as our best versions and figure out what works and what we need to do to continue to improve and have growth, and that is, I think, what well-adjusted people do.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's exactly how I
So
feel.
so how long have you been in Charlotte?
So we moved 10 years ago for my husband's job
You moved from Brazil.
from São Paulo, Brazil.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. All
Yeah.
right.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and so did you speak English?
Yes. So again, when I was 1 year old, we moved to Westport, Connecticut with my parents, with my family. We still have our house there. And when I moved back to Brazil, I went to the American school. So that way I kept my English. So when we were, transferred to the US for my husband's job, for me,
Right.
it was somewhat easy in the language sense,
Mhm.
not easy in the family and
Yeah.
motherhood sense. That was really hard.
Do you still have family in Brazil?
We have our yes, I mean we have Gasparyan. We're a very big
Mhm.
community in Brazil, in São Paulo. So yes, we have tons of cousins and friends for sure.
But what about your immediate family?
My immediate
Everybody's here.
family, yes. So my parents have moved to Charlotte
Oh, good.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you I lost my sister. I don't know if you know that.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So after she passed, yeah, so they moved. And
Mm.
my little sorry, I don't know, say that.
No,
But
yeah.
yeah. And my little brother lives in Canada.
Okay.
So, yeah. So my parents are here in Charlotte, close to us because they wanted to be
Right.
close to the
Mhm.
grandchildren. And
And I got to
yes,
meet your mom
exactly.
at the shop on Selwyn that we were at. You had your clothes
Exactly.
showcasing over there, and your
Yes,
mother
over at
was with
Woo.
you. Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yep.
Okay, so you moved to Charlotte 10 years ago. When you moved to Charlotte for your husband's job,
Yes.
how did you decide I'm gonna open up in that beautiful house you were in prior to moving to your new location? How did all that come about?
So, I think everything is like how it's supposed to be and the calling comes like
Hmm.
little by little. So when I moved to Charlotte, everywhere I went, people would ask me like, "Oh, I love what you're wearing. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love that." You know?
Hmm.
And because I was bringing something authentic, something different, something that I wore in Brazil, like a different fashion, you know? And I feel like from then, since I moved here, Charlotte has grown and all that, but still we I still bring that to the community.
Mhm.
But everywhere I went, people asked me what I was wearing, and I thought that was very nice. So I decided that, even my husband was like, "Well, why don't you start your own thing?" Because everywhere we go, people want to know what you're wearing.
Mhm.
So again, in Brazil, I worked for the fashion mecca. Name is Daslu. It was the most sought after. Everyone wanted to work there. Everyone wanted to shop there. It was like the creme de la creme in every single way. And I learned a lot from the owner there. As I told you, like she really did bring me by my hand. And so eventually what happened is my husband one day said, "Well, why don't you start your own thing?" And I said, "Well, let's give it a try." So I started with my, most favorite pieces that I wore.
Mhm.
So I just replicated them. So like a fun vest or a skirt, but I would always bring together like like the Brazilian skirt, which we would wear in Brazil, but I would also bring in that Southern charm. So I had to learn a ton, right?
Mhm.
I had to learn a lot. I had to learn a lot about how Southerners dress, about what is important to Southerners, like,
Hmm.
which is very different from what I wore in Brazil on my day-to-day basis.
Right, but you have to know your audience. If you don't know your audience,
Exactly.
then, it doesn't really matter how great whatever it is. It's like, okay, you have to know your audience. So
Exactly.
that's smart. You do your homework and then
Mhm.
you know your
Yeah.
audience and then suddenly you have a business.
And suddenly I had a business.
Now, how long?
Exactly. Thank you.
Hmm.
So when I suddenly had the business, I started again very small, started from my house, my bonus room. Um, when I started, COVID hit, and I just kept it very small. And I feel like women just wanted to shop, so they
Right.
just came over to my bonus room. They came in, they they wore my pieces, and I still had my factory running for us.
Mhm.
So I just had to keep it going.
And then when was it that you decided to open up shop on East Boulevard in
Honest.
the house?
Well, I think a lot comes from, of course, my clients who so m- so my brand, Renata. So we have been from day one, we have been word of mouth. So I have never invested in marketing. Everything is
Yeah.
self-taught. Everything
That's how
is,
I heard about you, was
yeah,
word of mouth from a friend
exactly.
that
Everything
had been in
is
your shop.
self-done, self-taught. Um I do I do have a really big background in the sense of community, having a community,
Mhm.
and like how I want to treat my clients and how I want to dress them and what makes it different when you wear a Renata piece. Like, why are you different? What makes you different from other women? Like, why do you want to wear a Renata piece or a Renata outfit? Or why is it so wonderful? It's packable. It's, like this piece that I'm wearing tonight, this fabric is just incredible.
I think for me, what I like about it is because I'm not the person that likes to go to the mall and shop,
No.
and you have things in such numbers. I like individuality,
Yeah,
and I don't want to walk around town because I do go a lot of places in Charlotte, and I don't want to see someone else have the same thing on that I have on. And so
exactly.
I think that's what I like about the Renata brand is because I know there's been times where I've been in there and I was like, I saw you wear this, this
Exactly.
outfit, and you're like, I'm sold out. And that's what I love about Alice and Olivia too, is they always, make things until they don't, right? And they only
Exactly.
make so many and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Um, and that's why I like
Yeah.
Renata's
I
in your
think
brand is
so for me, what I think is the most special and important is being authentic, being unique. So I start all of my designs. So I sketch. So I say I'm, from sketch to stitch,
mhm.
right? So I sketch everything, and then I have my tailors who stitch everything. So everything is made one by one.
So it's all couture.
It's no, it's not
No.
couture, but it's almost
Okay.
as if it were couture.
Got it.
So
Right.
it's in every, well, you can wear couture, but
Right.
it isn't, it's what my pieces, I call them collectibles.
Hmm.
So it's you're wearing your collectibles every single day because you dress them up, you dress them down. There isn't like
Nice.
there isn't like a square.
And so how do you source your fabrics? Like how do you get where do you decide like, okay, I want to do this color palette or I'm going to do this fabric, or is it just from knowledge of what you've done in the past, or just getting inspired from different things or seeing things, or
Yeah. So essentially to me, I think that my way of designing clothes, it's a little bit different. Okay. So I typically start from the fabric. So I go from the fabric that I fall in love. Um, and I can imagine that in a different way. It can be from a trip that I took, or an incredible woman that I looked at, or a movie I saw. But to me, the most important thing about what you're wearing, I know that people love like the denim and the blazer. Da, da, da. Okay, that's fine. But what makes you mysterious? You know?
Mhm.
So for me, the whole idea of like showing a little bit, hiding a little bit. So what's behind that?
Mm-hmm.
What else is there? So to me, whenever I design something, I always think of that woman. You know, when like you see a woman and there's something different.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a spark. Like, is it her hair? Is it her perfume? Is it her mascara? Is it the lipstick? Like, what is different about her? And I think it's all about how we carry ourselves. And again, the authenticity. And fashion to me is a way that you can express yourself in a good way, in a
Mhm.
very bold way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why to me
Mhm.
fashion, or how you dress yourself, there are no boundaries.
None.
You
Right.
know, you
Yeah,
can
that's what I
do,
love about fashion too. No
yeah.
boundaries. But I also love how you embrace it. And because when I showed up and I was like, I would never put that with that. And you were like, yes, girl, you can wear this with anything. I love it.
Well, of course you can. So,
Yeah.
in my world, you can absolutely do so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to tell you that when I say you can do a lot of different things, I have learned that after moving to Charlotte.
And what made
Because
you?
I feel like although Charlotte, you're in Charlotte, and for you to break in to that, because I have to say I've been very grateful. I've had a lot of people, not a lot. I take that back. I have had like some people who have been my friends, not just friends, my clients. They buy my piece, but above that, so they purchase my pieces, they wear them, and they feel so beautiful
Mm-hmm.
and so powerful and so special. And people ask, "Oh my, that is so different. I have never seen that." Like, wow, where'd you get that from?
Mm-hmm.
So, what I love the most is my clients telling me, "Renata, I have this part of my closet, like this big, that big, whatever. This is all Renata, and I can wear whatever I buy today, what I bought 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't go out of style.
It doesn't go out of style."
Yeah. And I
So
feel like that about my pieces too.
exactly.
Yeah.
So whenever I have somebody come up to me and say like, and it happens, thank goodness, knock on wood, every day. Oh my goodness, I wore your piece last night to whatever, and I have never felt so beautiful.
And you get so many compliments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's different.
It is different. The foil skirt that I bought from you. I get so
Yes,
many compliments on that
exactly.
skirt.
And I mean, you're going to wear it forever.
Forever. It will
Like,
never go
when are
out of
you,
style.
you will not, so it's not like
You can dress it up. You can dress
you
it
can dress it out. You
down.
can wear with sneakers, you can
You
wear with
can.
boots, you can wear with
Boots.
flats, you can wear summer,
You
spring,
can.
fall, you can wear year round.
Hmm.
So to me, like how you accessorize your outfit, that also makes the whole difference.
Okay,
But
so from the house to your new
mhm.
location, still on East Boulevard,
Mhm.
what was the transition? What inspired you to?
So I think the click is, and it still is, okay? A lot of people who are very intimidated to come in. So back when I was at the studio, which was mostly like appointment only,
Mhm.
um, I had mostly appointment only.
You did.
And now that we have an open shop, but we still have limited hours, weekends are by appointment. So I still keep it very small because I don't
Still that personalized feel.
exactly because when my clients come in, they want to see me. They don't want
Other people in there. Right.
yeah, they want me to style them. So
Right.
and I'm a mother of 3 and all that, so I have to also give myself some time
Absolutely.
to be but I think that it came to a point where we had to have like our name there, our shop there open, and be able to have new people, which it has been absolutely incredible. So a lot of people come in and they're like, "Oh my goodness, I've been dying to come in here and I
Mhm.
just have not." So,
Right.
And the parking is so much better where you're at now.
oh my good, right, Elisa? I mean, that other parking was no, 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 no.
I know, and I'm so big
That
on that.
parking was awful.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
I
because you
tell
want
her
the
we can't have lunch in South End because I don't want to park in a parking deck or have to worry about finding a parking spot on the
It's
street. So
awful.
can we go to a restaurant that has a parking lot?
But that's
Same thing,
yeah,
right?
exactly. But that's a huge worry, of course.
Yeah,
and it's
Something
part of
we
the experience when you're doing like a high
totally.
level experience. It really needs to be convenient for the customer so that
yes.
they're not kind of
Driving
out of
around.
breath as they're parking and being like, oh, forget it, I've got other things to do, or I'm
No,
too
no.
all right. So what is there an expansion for Renata?
So that's a very good question,
Mhm.
Marnie. And I will tell you that I have had people come up to me and offer me and all that. Um, as of now, I love where we are at being small,
Mhm.
but we
Because getting
never,
bigger comes with a lot more
Well, it's always
headaches.
a
but
trade-off, and
it's
if
always a trade off.
yeah.
But listen, we never know the next chapters of the next season,
Mhm.
you know?
So, all right. So you dress a lot of wonderful ladies here in the Carolinas. Have people from other states
Oh, yeah.
reached out to
Oh,
you and
yeah.
said, "Okay, I need a special." So, do you do like a special occasion dress? Like, do you do
We do every
more of?
now and then. One of my most favorite pieces that well, not, I cannot say most favorite because everything is a favorite.
Mhm.
Cannot say that. But Donna, she is a reporter in New York. So I was at the Hamptons and she fell in love with my pieces and she just, she was like, I need this.
That's exciting.
So, yes.
Yes.
So I know that she wore her dress and she was just absolutely flattered with all the, it's about, yeah. So again, I go back to, I know my pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I know how they're made. We have our own tailors. We have our own factory. We have like only 4 tailors who work for us, and they're all made one by one.
And how many times do you go out of the country to choose
So I
fabric?
try to go at least twice a year. If it were New York, I would go like at least every month, I would say,
Mhm.
because what I think about when I design my pieces and um when I sketch, so I say it's, from sketch to stitch. When I sketch it and when it comes to life, I think the proportion is something so important for us to think about, right?
Yes.
So, like, is the waist at the right place? Is the length, is the slit at the right place?
Mhm.
Because, I mean, our women, we're so different.
Mhm.
And I think the proportion is so important because you can either do super good or you can do super bad. So my team in India, they get very annoyed by me because I'm like, oh, no, 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 we're going to bring this 1 inch up. They're like, 1 inch. I'm like, yep, we're going to bring it 1 inch up because that 1 inch is going to make it look so much better
Oh,
on
definitely.
every woman's body.
Oh, I mean, tailoring is I mean, it's such an underrated thing, but tailoring,
There's
100%.
when I
everything.
lived in Los Angeles and I, was in the movie business and,
Oh, wow.
button placement, I mean, could make a movie star. I mean,
Exactly.
if your buttons are in the right place, you're Pierce Brosnan. If they're in the wrong place, you're, serving hamburgers at, In-N-Out Burger.
Exactly.
And it's, obviously, with, I mean, there's certain exceptions, but the
No,
way
but
that
it's
things are
true.
tailored and shoulders and buttons and proportion
Totally.
and everything, the way it fits really makes, and, back in the old days, obviously the costume designers like Edith Head, and they understood how to make movie stars. And it
Yes.
was all because things fit them properly. And if
Yeah.
things don't fit, like you said, if proportions, but that's just like in life, if the proportions are off in
I
anything that
agree
you do,
100. I think what
whatever
you said was perfect in life.
in life
Everything.
is about proportion. It's all
Proportions.
about math.
Yeah. All about
Mhm.
math and the finding the balance. So,
Yep.
I am definitely like that designer or that woman. I feel like if you're showing too much here, you don't want to show too much here.
Yep.
If you're showing here, you don't, so
Mm-hmm.
there's that balance. And to me, I feel like the most interesting woman is that flowy and like there's something beyond that you
Mm-hmm.
can't really see
Right.
when what she's wearing.
Yeah, it's not always about the tightest clothes or the shortest
Oh
clothes
no,
or
no.
the most, yeah,
That to me,
voluptuous. You can have
no,
your girls out, right?
no.
And it's funny you say that
I
about a
think
slit
it's the
because there's
opposite.
so many clothes that I have loved in from various designers, but if the slit is too much for
Yeah,
me, I mean, I'm not buying it. And I'm like, that's unfortunate because if the slit were maybe an inch less,
right.
higher, maybe an inch lower, I
Mm-hmm.
would have bought the dress or the skirt. But yeah, it's funny you should say that. So it is all about proportion. Okay, so our show is Bench to Bold.
Mm-hmm.
And we love to hear on our show and for you to tell everyone a time that you felt benched in your career or in life.
I feel like the time I most felt benched, and that's a tricky question. That's a tricky question. I felt benched mostly when I moved to Charlotte for my husband's job. Okay,
Hmm.
so we moved from Brazil with the two kids. I didn't have Bella yet, so she was a surprise. But I had the boys, and I felt benched because, again, I worked for this very, very glamorous fashion mecca in São Paulo, Brazil. And when my husband, he's also Brazilian,
Hmm.
and when he was offered, for us to move here and do the whole North and South America, I was like, yes, of course. Because again, when I was one, I moved to Westport,
Mhm.
right? I told you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you were
Okay.
familiar
So I was like, well, I think if I could give my children the
experience.
experience of living abroad, why would I not?
Hmm.
In Brazil, I mean, São Paulo is it's difficult. It's a very violent city. It's not easy.
Hmm.
So I was like, well, if I can give them a lot and security as well, why would I not?
Mhm.
Right. But when I moved here, I was very, it was hard. Like I
Yeah.
went through a really hard time. I had panic attacks. I never even knew they existed. And it was really hard for me.
Yeah.
But
It's
I met people. One of my first friends, I met her. I was walking on my street and I had no clue who she was. And she stopped. She's like, "Are you new here?" Because I was wearing leather pants. And like she's super edgy and cool. Um, and I was like, "Yes." And she was like, "Can I get your phone number?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then my next door neighbor said, "Do you even know who that is?" And I said, "No," but she was very sweet. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, you have no clue who you're talking to." And I said, "No." So next thing I know, she's inviting me to go to the all like art galleries and events. And so she just came and picked me up and was taking me everywhere because she thought there was something interesting about me in the community. So
Mhm.
I think it takes one person
Mhm.
for you to see the beauty in being somewhere else. But that's what I would say was my hardest moment moving to Charlotte.
Yeah, I think it's probably hard to move to a big city and in your, I don't know how old you were when you moved here, but it's harder too to make friends the
Oh, it's
older we
very hard.
get. Everybody already kind of has their own friend network, and
Totally.
it's sometimes people don't welcome you in
No.
as
Yeah.
easy as, like, who is she kind of thing. And
Oh yeah. Who is
yeah,
she?
so it's hard. So I can understand your anxiety behind that and the panic attacks from
It was
that's
really bad.
that's a huge move. Yeah. But you've
Yeah.
settled in now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You've settled in. Yeah. So
And how I met you,
yes.
right?
And I think it's great. Like you said, word of mouth. Word of mouth for your
Word of the
business, word of mouth for friends.
So I think word of mouth to me is the most substantial that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you're
Mhm.
wearing your denim and you love it. And somebody comes up to me and says, Marnie, I love your denim. And you're like, oh my goodness, yes, I love it. It's so good. I feel so comfortable. Da, da, da. So, so so we have been growing word of mouth because I completely trust my product. I know how it's made. I know how long it takes to make one piece. And I know everything that goes with making it. So,
Mm-hmm. So is your husband still with the same job?
oh yeah.
Okay. Does he travel a lot?
Thank goodness. So sometimes I wish he would travel more.
Oh, sometimes we just like to be by
Sometimes I
ourselves, right?
wish I could just watch whatever I want on Netflix.
Right. Well, yes.
Right? Snuggle
I
in
see
and
everything's a trade-off. That is, oftentimes.
Yeah.
But I think it's great that you were able to show your children too about being resilient and
Yes.
doing things. I mean, me and my children moved from California years ago, and we moved, I didn't know anybody here in Charlotte. It was kind of uh, uh just it seemed to fit some of the things that were going on in our life, but we didn't know anybody here, and I was like, all right guys, this is a life lesson. If we
It
hate
is a
it,
life
we'll move
lesson.
back to Calabasas, because people were like, what what's wrong with you? Why are you moving to North Carolina? Like, we lived in
Exactly.
Malibu. I mean, like, what?
Why?
People were like, like, what's wrong with you? But I was like, well, okay, in the real world, you move for work, you move for relationships, you move
Yeah.
for family, and I think it teaches resilience and grit and all these
Oh,
things.
oh my goodness.
And
Yes.
also, I was like, we're moving to a place, kids, that I don't know anybody. So we're all on the same level. Like, there's no, I grew up in Philadelphia, but I'm like, if we were in Philly, it would have been different because I knew people, but here we are. And you figure out how to make it work and figure out what's going to work, and you make new friends. It's hard. It's hard to make female friends.
It is
We
hard.
talk about this often. Um, obviously, if you have kids that are younger and you're like the room mom, which I was when we lived in Calabasas, then you make friends in that way. But as the kids get older, it's harder. And sometimes people aren't so, gracious, and they
No.
don't want to include you. And it's not personal, it's just whatever it is. And so finding ways to make new friends and to obviously then create a business and continue to grow it. And those are great things that you're doing for obviously your clients, but also for your family too.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
bravo.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm sure your children are very proud.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I hope
Mhm.
so.
Yeah. I'm sure that they
But
are.
yes, I think, building the business from zero, from scratch, and yeah, started where I started and where we're at now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
But I think most of all, I think I want to have every other woman, everyone else who has like a dream or go for it,
Exactly.
go for it and don't just trust your gut.
trust your
Just do
gut.
it. Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you're doing a good thing. You're doing something for yourself and for other people.
Yeah.
So, just do it, go for it, make the best of it, and inspire other people.
So, all right, those words of wisdom, were those things that were echoed throughout your childhood, or is that just stuff that's really come up through the past, decades of you growing and maturing and
Oh,
learning
no, I think
things?
the words of wisdom, my parents, like my mom has always been
Role model.
my
Mhm.
role model. Like
Mhm.
she is an incredible woman. Like everything she's done and she's had to like I forget words in English, but she's had to be like so many different women. Like she's had to be so many different people at once for her children. So
Mhm.
she has definitely been my role model. My father always like working and working and working, but um, I think that us women, just focusing on women, I think that we do need more grace. I think that we do need more recognition, in my opinion,
Mhm.
as like moms and
Wives.
wives. Yes, I
Right.
think that
Business people. It's
Hmm.
hard. We
business
carry a
people,
lot. I mean,
we carry so much.
we
We wear a lot
definitely,
of different hats.
yeah, many different, so many different roles. I mean, and it's like, I- you have three, I have three. Like the phone does not. I mean, and I'm grateful for it. I don't want it to not be different, but it's like every single question and thing. Like it's amazing.
No, everything
And
like
I don't know. I mean, and I don't drink or do drugs. And I'm like, some days I'm like, how am I not clinging to a bottle of tequila with this
right.
kind of day? How am I not? I'm like, but I'm not because I've got too many other things to do and that doesn't interest me. I'd rather
And you
do our
have great
show.
friends that you can
Yes,
call and vent to.
that's true. And I'm very fortunate for that. And so it's like, those are just things as women, I think being able to know that there are other, that we have friends and that we are human beings. We're not robots. We don't program ourselves at
No.
night and that we're just kind of living this great life, but that there are things that are going to be, part of our day and part of our routine that sometimes are just like, oh my
And we
gosh.
Yeah.
have great friends that remind us of that, of
Yeah.
how great we
Oh
are,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
But I
Um,
feel like, we're always, us women, we're always like balancing the plates, right? So
always.
Yeah.
today I had this event and I have been like, this year has been, my allergies have been horrible
I
from
think
the pollen.
Yeah.
everybody's
I am like
has.
red all over my eyes. It's horrible. I'm like puffy and everything. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to get a blowout. So when I'm on my way to the blowout, my oldest son calls me. He's like, can you come pick me up? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I feel
no.
like Marnie has to
Right.
go through some of that
Yes,
herself,
I do. I'm like,
I'm like,
sorry, my hair's kind of gross today
I'm
because
like,
I did not get a blowout. Yeah, but
I did,
I
but
know. Yes. But that's okay. But the thing is, Alisa was like, no, your hair looks great. Like even, I mean, and I'm like, thank you. I probably not, but thank you. But
well, I think it
that's
looks
we
what.
great.
always
Thank you.
criticize ourselves
We
more
do.
than
Yes.
We do too much.
right. We do
just
too much.
Yeah.
We
We
just
do.
we
So
just
thank
put
God
so
again for our
much
friends.
Yes.
pressure
I
on
feel like,
ourselves.
yeah,
We really do.
they make us feel better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's what friends are for, and connections. And I'm a big, um,
Marnie's really good at that. She connects people really well.
well,
She's
Thank
a big
you.
high five.
connector.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's such a gift. I mean, I
It
want
is.
people to, if I can figure out, if I'm like, oh, I know that person or the, and I, then you, but the thing is about that also is that, um, you, I like to do things authentically and
Yeah.
genuinely. We're almost,
Yes.
there's no quid pro quo with
Yeah.
anything. It's like, you just want people that you love and that you care for to have success and to feel all of those things. Like, those are the things to me that get me excited. And so I'm like, if I know somebody that can be helpful, I want to connect that person. I want them to go and succeed. And it's not a it's not a
What have I done for? What have you
no,
done for
yeah,
me
it's not,
lately,
it
or
can't
whatever?
be because we
Right.
talk about this. Like my mom always said, like if you do things in that capacity, then and expecting the same results from, but it comes in a different way and it doesn't even like you feel good about making good connections for people. That's what
100%.
you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. I think that the whole sisterhood
Hmm.
is so, we need that. And we
Yeah.
have to when we have to pass that along.
Yeah, well, it's
Mhm.
a currency that I think is tradable in a good way. So I feel like the social currency of being a good friend and being reliable, being consistent, those are things that are that's my currency. That's what I value
100%.
myself on that currency. Sure, financial and material things are great, but it's like the currency of being who you say you are that to me is what I think matters and that's what I look for in other people that I'm friends with
Right.
as well. Because if
Exactly.
they're, if they're not real, then like that novelty wears off very quickly.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I posted something yesterday that said, if shoes and people hurt you, they're not your size.
Right. I love
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's great.
So
If
I think
shoes
that's
and
a really good.
people
If
hurt you,
shoes
they're
and
not your
people don't
size.
fit your size,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
they hurt you.
They're not your
Sorry.
size.
Yeah, they're not your size.
I love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think us as women, it's cruel. It can be really cruel out there,
100%.
right?
Yeah, it
Mhm.
is.
Okay,
So
so we're gonna wrap up, but before we wrap up, I want everyone to know how they can get in touch with Renata.
oh
So
yeah.
tell us all the social ways, where you're at on East Boulevard.
So I am at 1419 East Boulevard. So we are right beside, everyone knows Sally's Opticals or Millennium Nails. People go there. Oh, I get my nails there done. I go to
Or I
Sally's,
got
love
some
it.
cool fun glasses.
Oh yeah. So, we're in a very sweet spot. And the new restaurant just opened, Dozo. If you have not been there. Oh,
Oh, good. We'll try it.
so
We love a good new restaurant.
it is so good.
Okay.
So good. And the owners are incredible. So we're there. So I typically do weekends by appointment. Just an FYI, because, with the 3 kids, and I'm very on top of everything and my clients, and they, they want me to style them and all that. So, but I do everything a lot by appointment on weekends.
Okay.
And
And then what about on social media?
social media, I'm a older generation, so I only do Instagram.
Right.
That's fine.
Same.
I
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
do TikTok.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it.
I would love to, but TikTok is still not my.
I
I
hear
can't
ya.
go there right now. So I'm, as of now, just very focused on Instagram. And yeah, so it's very personal. It's a little bit. It's a lot of me and the products, and a little bit of my family, mostly Bella. So my surprise daughter, she's my best friend, and she's my little. I'm like, hopefully she'll be able to run my business one day, and yeah.
Good. Okay, so what's your Instagram handle?
Oh, it's Renata _Gasparyan.
Okay.
And it's difficult because I'm Brazilian, so I can write it down.
Okay, we'll attach it.
We
We'll
will
make sure that
attach-
everybody knows how to follow you.
Yeah.
We're not on Instagram, not
Yes.
TikTok. I know TikTok is a
No.
whole. It's a universe.
The whole
that, yeah.
woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Like
But-
I'll do it, but
right.
It's a
I mean,
lot.
I would love to do it, but we can try.
Yeah, we'll try.
Maybe we'll try the 3
I
of
think we'll
us.
try it. Yeah, we'll try one.
We'll
That
do
would
a
be fun.
TikTok.
We'll
We
come
can
to your
try.
shop.
We can
and
try.
do
We'll come
one.
to
we
your
can
shop.
try the
Yeah,
3 of
we'll
us.
We'll
and
come to
be
your
like,
shop and do one.
you
Yes.
know.
we'll do it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and your
Of
journey
course. Well, thank you
and
so
your
much.
success and in your fashion and all of it.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Well, I hope to inspire other women.
Yes. Well, that is a great message. So do we. That's what we have to do.
Yeah.
That's our job.
Always.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Bench to Bold. I'm Marnie,
And I'm Alisa.
and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.